Hello dearies, this is Miss Medina and we're going to learn how to name or classify polynomials. Polynomials are classified by their degree, which we consider to be their first name, and by the number of terms, which is their last name. And just like we all like for our names to be remembered, so do the polynomials. So after you determine the degree, if the degree ends up being 0, then that means that the first name is going to be constant. If your degree ends up being 1, then we're going to call you linear. Don't make fun of their first names. If your degree ends up being 2, then we're going to call you quadratic. Hey, quadratic, how are you? If your degree ends up being 3, then we're going to call you cubic. Yo, cubic, what's up? How are you hanging out? And if your degree is 4 or higher, then we can't remember. That's too many friends. So we're just going to call you the nth polynomial. Nth degree. So if you're the 4th degree, then you're, hey, 4th degree. If your degree is 7, then hey, 7th degree, how are you? Clear? Got it. Examples. -3, constant. If your degree is 1, -3x. Quadratic, if your degree is 2, -3x squared. If you're cubic, I'm just going to change the number so that you don't get confused with the 3's. Nth degree, it'll be like -6x raised to whatever n power that is, okay? All right, the last name, which family they come from, that's determined by the terms. So if the quadratic only has 1 term, then they come from the monomial family line. Monomial, mono meaning 1, okay? If your polynomial has 2 terms, then it comes from the binomial family. Yes, binomial. And if your polynomial has 3 terms, then that means they came from the trinomials. And if your polynomial just has 4 or more terms, we can't be bothered. You're from the lesser known clan, so we just call you one of the polynomials. Okay. So here's some examples, and you can be any degree. The number of terms have nothing to do with each other. So you're a monomial. See, 1 term. You can be a binomial. So you can be -5x plus 2. 2 terms. The degree doesn't have anything to do with your number of terms, okay? You can be a trinomial, -5x cubed plus 2x minus 5. And a polynomial will be -10x to the 5 minus 8x to the 4 minus 6x to the 3 plus 7x squared minus 5. There you go. Many multiple terms. All right. Please make sure you wrote this down. And now we're going to practice. I'm going to assume in the video that you're remembering these and that you have it in front of you. And so you might want to rewind the video and rewatch this part of naming and the examples so that you get it just right. Clear? All right, completing the table below, 8x. And then feel free to pause the video and do it on your own before I get started. All right, degree. Degree is going to be the term, number of terms. All right, so I only see 1 term. So we have 1 term. Now, what is the degree of this term? Once again, you have to look at, let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit more. You have to, your variable is x, and what's the exponent? 1, so this one's also degree 1. Okay? So when you're degree 1, you're let's see, degree 1, you're linear. And when you only have one term, you come from the monomials. So this is a linear monomial. Oops, sorry, last name. No, we don't have to capitalize them. But, right? Remember, this is the naming sequence. The first name is linear, and classification is from which polynomial family it came from. All right, 10. 10, all of these are legit polynomials. 10 is only one term, clear? So it's one term, notice. And the degree, since it's a constant that has no variables, when you have no variables, your degree is 0. And this one is a constant. And once you're a constant, you're pretty much assumed to be a monomial, okay? So you're by yourself, you're just a constant. Ooh. All right, this one, how many terms do we have? We have 1, 2, positive 3x, and 3, negative x squared. All right, so I see 3 terms. Now to find the degree of the polynomial, we need to find the degree of each individual term and grab the highest. So here we go. Negative 24 is a constant, so it's going to be degree 0. 3x has a single variable x whose exponent is 1, so this is degree 1. Negative x squared has a single variable x whose exponent is 2, so this is degree 2. And so who's the highest degree? 2, so 2 wins. All right, so what do we call you when you're degree 2 and you have 3 terms? Look at the table. You're quadratic trinomial. Okay, don't get confused, just listen carefully. Okay? Rewind the video if you have to. All right, the next one. We have a 7x, blue highlighter, negative 9x, green highlighter, a positive 1. So how many terms do we have? We have 3 terms. Remember, this column is for terms, and this one is for the degree of the polynomial. Okay, to determine the degree of the polynomial, we have to look at the degree of each term and pick the highest. All right, 7x. Variable is x. What's the exponent on that x? It's an understood 1. Even though there's nothing there, we know it's actually a 1. Negative 9x. Oh, aren't these like terms? Uh-oh, we're supposed to simplify this first. Ooh, back to the drawing board. These two, where's my highlighter? These two are like terms, right? So in our brains, we should be thinking, a positive 7 and a negative 9. Let's see, a different color, so I don't get too confused. All right, so in our brains, we're like, positive 7, negative 9. What does that give us? That gives us a negative 2, right? So this becomes negative 2x plus 1. Clear? So now we have this term and that term. So we really only have 2 terms. Ooh, I almost made a mistake. So you must simplify first and combine all like terms. All right, the degree. All right, the negative 2x, x is the variable, and even though we don't see the variable, we know that the variable is 1. So this one is degree 1. This is a constant, so it's going to be degree 0. So guess who wins degree 1? Kiddos, I'm so sorry. Did you see me make this mistake, but you didn't tell me? I know, it's a video. No wonder I put it in the wrong place. My apologies. Yes, we combined the like terms and we established it was two terms. And we said that the term with the highest degree was 1, so the degree of the whole polynomial is 1. All right, so now for naming purposes, name that polynomial. 1, degree 1. Oh, that means your first name is linear. And you have two terms, so you come from the binomials. So it's a linear binomial. You'll get used to it. Maybe. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, the next one. All right, so when we look at this one, do you see, oh, I see now I'm more prepared, I'm mentally active. X squared, x cubed, -4. Okay, I see two like terms. I see, right here, the -4 and the -1. Y'all agree? So in my brain, I'm going by -4, -1, and so that gets me -5. So my two constants are going to become -5. All right, so I'm going to rewrite this. 4x squared minus 5x cubed minus 5 plus 5x. All right, so now I don't have any like terms. So I'm going to cross that one out. Now, how many terms do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. Oops. The colors are not meant for us to get confused. 3 and 4. Here we go. Now that means 4 terms, not making that boo-boo again. Now to find the degree of the polynomial, we have to look at the degree of each individual term. So 4x squared, x is the variable, exponent is 2, so this is degree 2. -5x cubed, x is the variable, 3 is the exponent, so this is degree 3. -5 is a constant, so it's degree 0. 5x, x is the variable, exponent is 1, so the degree is 1. Out of all of these degrees, which one is the highest? 3. 3 wins. All right, so what's the name? The name when you are degree 3, what are you, a cubic? Yeah, so you are cubic, 4 terms. Oh, yeah, I don't know the name of that, so we should call it polynomial. It's a cubic polynomial. Oh my gosh, who came up with these examples? You did, Miss Medina. You are right. All right, well, I see 2x here. It's 3. And 4x over here. And those are like terms. All right, so in my brain I'm thinking that 2 is positive, right? +2, +4. It's a +6. Right, so that's going to be 6x, right? And we're done with those two. Any more like terms? Yes, right here. But look, those are inverses. One is -7 and the other one is +7. That's going to cancel out, so they're gone. We don't have to worry about the pink ones, but we still have this +3. See what happens when we simplify? Things become a lot easier to deal with, okay? All right, so we're done with this work over here. We're left with 6x plus 3. All right, so now let's classify this baby. We have a 6x and we have a +3. Okay, let's go. 2 terms. Now the degree of each term. 6x, x is the variable, the exponent is 1, degree 1. 3 is a constant, degree 0, 1 wins. So how do we name this baby? Is that linear? Degree 1s are linears, 2 is binomial. Right? It looked really scary, but you have to simplify and combine like terms. You see why we learned that skill first? And then I'm going to do an additional exercise on this, which is write this in standard form. I know. Standard form. I guess we should have put it in standard form to begin with. I'm so sorry, because it does say that in the instructions. Anyways, here we go. We already know the degrees of each term, so. 8x, so 8x. This is already in standard form because it's only one term. 10 is already in standard form because it's only one term. Now this one has 3 terms, and to put this in standard form, we have to we have to write it from the term with the highest degree first. So the negative x squared is going to go first, right? Then the plus 3x, and then the minus 24. Now this is in standard form. So it's a quadratic trinomial. All right, so this one, we're not using this one. Remember, this got simplified. So we're working with negative 2x plus 1. Oh, look, it's already in standard form. The term with the highest degree is already the first one. Okay, here we're working with 4 terms. Oof, and I have no room. So this is an afterthought. We're going to write the answer over here. Clear? All right, so you better not get confused. This one is your standard form. All right, so out of the 4 terms, the highest degree is the negative 5x cubed, so that one goes first. Then the 4x squared, and remember I told you, you can't just write 4x squared, it looks awkward. It's a positive 4, so you gotta put that plus sign there. Then the plus 5x, and then finally that constant. There you go. Now it's in standard form, highest degree to lowest degree. All right, in this one, oh, would you look at that? It's already in standard form. Highest degree is 6x, and then the plus 3. Alrighty.